What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, Texans fans everywhere.
Breaking news!
The Houston Texans, ladies and gentlemen, have made a trade for a wide receiver. The roulette wheel of wide receivers on the market is available to anybody, and the Houston Texans got themselves one of them. Is it the big fish in the pond? No. But it is somebody that we had harped on yesterday on this channel about a realistic option the Houston Texans could trade for. His name is Christian Kirk. This was first reported by Diana Rossini of The Athletic. It is now confirmed by Adam Schefter, Aaron Wilson, and everyone else coming in with the news. It is just happening right now. I will be getting details as much as possible, but the Christian Kirk trade, the Houston Texans have traded a 2026 seventh round pick for Christian Kirk. Yes, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me right, Texans fans everywhere. A seventh round pick in 2026 that was originally belonged to by the LA Rams. This is a solid deal. This is a realistic option that I thought the Houston Texans, that a lot of people had the same synergetic mind that Christian Kirk feels like a Houston Texan, and it is exactly that. Shout out to Texans Cap for calling out that the Texans used the Joe Mixon method. Last year, we know that Joe Mixon got traded before initially getting cut. Christian Kirk was set to be cut. And the Houston Texans went ahead and traded a seventh round pick next year to go ahead and get him on the roster. I would expect him to get a new contract in some sort of fashion. He is due $15.5 million this year. So I do expect him to get a new contract. But he did fail this year, falling with a broken collarbone, 25 catches, 320 yards, only one touchdown. He did have a season-ending injury. He did have one the year before as well. But 2 years ago, in his first year with that new contract, that big fat-ass contract of 4 years, $84 million to the Jacksonville Jaguars, he was that dude, and he proved to the NFL that he can be a legitimate wide receiver. And now you have yourselves, Texans fans, a brand new duo, a brand new tandem here in Houston. Nico Collins, Christian Kirk. It seems like the Houston Texans could be moving on without Stephon Diggs. That is something that a lot of fans probably were wondering about, whether or not the Texans could bring him back or not. Who knows? But with this move, now the Texans and the wide receiver group got a whole lot better. Christian Kirk is immediately your wide receiver too. He will be ready for the season whenever it starts up again. Currently, Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and then you have John Mechie and Xavier Hutchinson. I would expect the Texans to still attack the wide receiver position in some sort of fashion, whether they're bringing somebody relatively cheap that's a veteran and could be both, and I would not mind them to double dip into this move and grab themselves a solid wide receiver that's relatively cheap in free agency, and as well as look at number 25 at wide receiver. DK Metcalf just seemed too expensive, Texans fans. The rumor was a first and a third that came from Diana Rossini that the Seattle Seahawks were looking for DK Metcalf. Not doing it. Plus, you got to give him a contract extension. Not doing it. Devontae Adams, who knows, but it just feels like that guy's going to be wanting a whole lot of money. This move right here screams Houston Texans. Nick Caserio jumps all over it and immediately improves the wide receiver group. Christian Kirk, a legitimate guy, a legitimate duo next to Nico Collins. I am excited. You should be excited. This move screams that the Texans are moving in the right direction. They know that this is a very pivotal year in order for them to take that next step that D'Amico Ryans mentioned. Christian Kirk is one of the best receivers when it comes out of the slot. 89% of his snaps came from the slot when he was used 2 years ago. A lot of production out of there. Nick Caley coming from the LA Rams. Who came from the slot a lot? Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. I would expect Christian Kirk stay healthy as long as he's healthy. And that's a big thing that will be a talking point at some point later in this year, in this offseason, is the injuries. The last 2 years with his injuries. That's going to be a talking point. But he's healthy. That dude can eat from the slot, and Nick Caley got himself a big-time weapon to pair with Nico Collins. Y'all let me know, how do you feel about the breaking news of Christian Kirk now with the Houston Texans for a 7th-round pick? Y'all let me know down in the comments section. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.